some fun. Anna's World with friends.
Hi everybody, welcome to Anna's World with Friends. Today is the very first episode and I want to introduce my special guest and co-producer, Jasper. Hi Jasper, welcome.
Hi Anna.
So tell us a little bit about what this episode is all about.
Pollution.
Pollution?
Yes.
Ooh, what made you think of this as the topic for today's episode of Miss Anna?
I thought of it because the day I thought of it, I just thought of it, and when I saw some pollution on my school playground, and then because sometimes some trash from the cafeteria gets onto the playground, and I thought of it then.
Oh my goodness! And what makes you so passionate about pollution?
Yeah, because passionate hurts other human beings and wildlife. Because I really like the wildlife.
So pollution hurts other beings and wildlife?
Uh-huh.
Oh no. And what evidence have you seen of pollution?
I've seen pollution on my road when I go to help with my dad to clean up some of the road.
Yeah. And what can we do about pollution?
To help about pollution, to help stop pollution, clean it up on the road and your home, by your homes and the lakes,
and
anywhere.
Playgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, just help pick up trash and clean up pollution.
Yeah.
And what else can we do?
Like help other people when they have pollution problems if it's too big. Like at a beach, if it's too big with too much pollution, you could offer to help.
Oh, I love that. And what can we do to help prevent pollution?
Don't throw stuff like out of your car.
Don't throw stuff out of your car.
Yeah, and also, but don't be so careless and like when you're running, just throw something on the ground. It still hurts the environment if you throw glass or like even something like a banana peel.
Right. What should we do with things like banana peels or food scraps?
Compost and recycle.
Oh, and recycling.
Yes.
For glass and aluminum and plastics and paper.
And and you should reuse them. Like sometimes you can use two plastic bottles and cut them in half and then glue the two halves on the tops together and then fill the little tops with water in half and then put a little miniature boat that you made inside.
Ooh, so you can reuse.
And make crafts out of them.
To make crafts. I love that. And you told me that later in this episode we might do some comparisons to show some of those ideas. That's great. And then, even before that, I remember you telling me earlier that one of the things we can do is we can think about the things we buy, right?
Yeah.
And what should we not buy?
Like something that doesn't have plastic, like something like an egg, like plastic containers are bad.
Right, single-use plastics, like plastic containers.
Yeah, but a milk carton that's made out of wood can decompose into the environment. It helps the environment. So that's why buying a milk carton with
made out of cardboard.
With cardboard is better than a glass jug of milk.
Or plastic.
Yes.
Plastic especially.
Yes.
Those single-use plastics can just end up in landfills or in the oceans, in the lakes. Oh man, and that's frustrating.
Yes, and then the environmental people have to go rush to go clean it up.
Rush. And I was also wondering about plastic bags.
Yes, the plastic bags are especially bad for the environment. Like when I was at the beach earlier today, I saw a plastic bag washing into the ocean.
And what could happen? What could happen if that gets into the water?
It could hurt environmental sea creatures like sharks, fish, and including cute little mini fish.
Oh, And we actually went down to the lake right here near our TV studio.
And then we saw 3 dead fish because of a spill.
Oh, there was wastewater that was
spilled into the lake.
Into the lake.
And we saw 3 dead fish.
Yeah. And what else did we see on the beach? Speaking of single-use plastics.
We saw a straw. Let me show you. I'll show you a little.
We saw a straw.
Yeah, I'll show you an example of a plastic straw. This straw is especially bad for the environment.
Mm-hmm. We saw a plastic cup. And we even saw... Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah, I can't remember what we saw. I think we saw something else. Oh, it was a plastic bag.
Aha, we saw a plastic bag. Example. So, we've got some ideas about what we can do about pollution. We have some ideas about where it comes from, and how we can stop
pollution.
So what else are we going to do today in this episode? We're going to do
an experiment.
An experiment.
I'll go get it right now.
All right. And now on to our experiment. But where's Jasper?
Oh,
hey Jasper, where'd you go?
I'm over here.
Oh, there you are. Great. Are you ready for a really cool experiment?
Yeah.
All right, great. This experiment is all about watershed.
Cool.
What's watershed?
Watershed is like erosion, where water can wipe away dirt. I've seen erosion like by my house.
So when the rain falls.
Yeah, and it can take away loads of dirt.
Wow. And I wonder what it takes along with it, with the dirt.
Plants. Rocks. And maybe animals if animals are standing on it.
True. And this experiment is going to talk about some of the other things that might be involved. So,
like the blue.
The blue is going to represent road salts. Here in Vermont, when it's snowy and icy, we put a lot of salt on our roads. So Jasper's going to sprinkle a little bit of salt onto this model, especially onto the high points, right?
Yeah.
Where we might need a lot of salt up in the mountains. Oh, see, there's all the salts on our roads.
Oh, it doesn't seem to cooperate. Okay, there we go. There's your
And then also here in Vermont, we have a lot of farms. And so this red is going to represent fertilizers. Fertilizers and other kinds of crops that farmers might, other kinds of things that protect the crops.
The storm is ready.
Almost. One more thing.
We need this.
This oil is going to represent places, different motor oils and gases that might be leaking from our cars. Oops.
I'll go get a towel for that.
And so this is going to go on any roads or any places where cars might be parked.
This is some of the roads.
Okay. Down low and maybe even a little bit up high too, right?
Yeah. Here, here, and here.
All right.
I need to fix this.
Thank you. So,
here's the storm.
Here comes the storm. This bottle represents the rain.
So are you ready, guys?
All right, Jasper, make it rain. Oh, this is a heavy, heavy storm. What's happening to all that oil and all of that road salt and the fertilizers? Where are they going? What are you noticing, Jasper?
I'm noticing that some of the oil has washed off like this. See?
Yeah.
Like the blue salt can wash off from the top. And
what's happening to all this standing water that's down here in the valley where the rivers are?
The roads have turned into rivers.
The roads have turned into rivers and they're washing down out into what would be draining down into our Lake Champlain Basin. And what color is the water now?
Pink.
Oh, it's pink. Because some of that fertilizer has dissolved,
Yeah.
and some of the road salt has dissolved.
Yeah.
And now it's all where?
There.
In the lake. Man. So what did this experiment teach you about watershed and erosion?
That watershed is kind of bad and erosion is really bad because when the erosion comes down, it could make a landslide and block down roads.
That's true. And what happens with the pollution from things like cars and roads and fertilizers from farmers? Where does that end up?
Like lakes.
In lakes. And here in Vermont, our lake is called Lake Champlain. Do you want to point out on the map where Lake Champlain is so people can see?
Yeah, sure. So Lake Champlain is about, I think, right over here. Nope.
It's this part down the whole center, that big,
Lake
all that water.
Champlain.
Yep, all the way down that lake.
Down this way.
It's in this Champlain Valley, and all the watershed
Comes
down
in
into the lake.
like this, and you can take out the pink.
And eventually
water.
that lake water ends up in our oceans.
And you can reroute it sometimes. You can reroute it. You can reroute water with dams.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're going to need to clean up this experiment, and then we'll get on to the next part of this episode. All right, and we're back for our comparison section of this show. And I'm looking, again, for Jasper, my special guest and co-producer, because he's the one who knows exactly what we're going to do in this section. Jasper, where are you?
I'm over by the cameras.
All right, why don't you come on this side of the camera so you can tell us a little bit about what do we have here on the table?
We have comparisons. So, we're going to start with these two.
All right.
Did you see that this is a glass jar and this is plastic?
All right, so we've got one plastic cup.
And one glass jar. Plastics can be thrown away and thrown into the jump, while glass can't.
I see.
And plastic is not reusable, and glass is.
What did you do to reuse this glass jar? What have you made here?
I made a little an I Spy jar. So you look around and see if you can find the stuff that you have.
So Jasper's filled this jar with some rice and then fun little objects inside, so you can shake it and play a little I Spy.
And this glass, and there's no lid, can't do it. And this one is boring, and you can't reuse these.
No, so it's just one and done, and then it ends up in the landfill or
Yes.
in the ocean. Bummer.
That's why you can try to reuse or recycle.
You can try to reuse
Or
recycle.
Comparison
Now,
done.
Comparison done. Next up,
This one cannot be reused, but this one can. See, lid close. And this is kind of hard because these break.
even after one use, it's broken.
Yes, and this one can't because look.
Huh. So even though this is made out of plastic, you can use it
break.
and you can use it many times.
Yes, but this kind you can't.
Right.
See?
And this you can pack a little snack in it, then
Yes, and then you can eat it.
and then you can wash it
Yes.
and then fill it again.
Or you could maybe reuse this and use it to keep your lunch safe if it splatters. But
Right.
probably not if it's cracked. Next comparison.
Next comparison. Next up we have
A plastic water bottle and a metal water bottle. Do you see about this one? This one cannot be reused and this one can. You see? Because plastic and metal are two different very objects. Metal can crush plastic and plastic can't crush metal. And metal can be reused multiple times.
I'm thirsty.
Like my water bottle. Like my water bottle too. It's also metal.
Hey, look at that. So when you're thirsty, just take a break and drink a little water.
No plastic.
And when these are empty, what are we gonna do?
Refill.
Refill them. Cheers. And cut. What a beautiful day.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do?
Anna, look, I see some trash up ahead. Let's go.
Oh no.
We have to go pick it up.
All right, let's go.
I need to go get my box. I need to run back home.
Oh. Here you go. That's a great idea. Thanks for getting that box, Jasper. We can start collecting the recyclables in there. What else did you find?
I found a plastic bag on the ground.
Oh my gosh.
Coffee cup.
Oh no, not a cup with a straw?
Glass cup.
Oh, a glass. That's recyclable. Oh, it's another single-use plastic.
More single-use
Oh my
plastic.
goodness.
More single-use plastic.
Oh, you know what? This is interesting. We might
can
be able to
reuse
reuse that. Yeah, so some things need to be thrown away, some can be recycled, and others, like this spray bottle, could be reused. Wow, Jasper, thanks so much for all this hard work you're doing to clean up our neighborhood. Thanks. Wow, there's a lot of plastic on the ground all over this street. I can't believe it.
Glass cup.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Oh no!
Oh no! Phew.
Oh.
I only spilled one cup.
Oh, phew.
Now I can carry this back
All
to
right.
the trash dump.
We're going to take this back. We're going to make sure everything gets in the recycling that can be recycled. We're going to throw some of it, unfortunately, in the trash, and we're going to reuse others.
Yep.
We hope you'll do the same in your neighborhood. See you guys another time.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait, we forgot our catchphrase.
Oh yeah.
And don't forget,
Always think.
because it's always an adventure.